Shit.
Shit,
The
dude.
podcast's falling apart.
God.
Technical difficulties.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, that's not set up. Okay, cool.
How fat are your tits?
Not very.
God damn it,
Considering I'm
Tristan.
male, you know.
How could you do that?
I did.
Fuck you.
Yeah. This is an interesting start to the Pants Who Need Some podcast. I'm Tristan. Jordan is here.
Yep, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. Lucy is here. She's giggling. Or she was. She was.
Yeah, dude.
Alex is missing.
Alex has been MIA for like, what, since Wednesday? We're recording this
4
on
days?
I'm assuming.
a Saturday.
I'm assuming the virus got him. He's been dragged into the sewer by the
No,
virus.
but the thing is, it's shown that he's been active on things, so
Yeah.
he's like just not.
He's just
responding.
refusing to respond for some reason. No one knows why.
It does sound like Alex.
It does. However, we're powering through despite that. And we have topics.
Yep.
Jordan, what are the topics?
Yeah. I didn't have the list in front of me.
I've got the list in front of me.
Yeah, so
Was
why
it-
are you asking me?
Well, because I assumed you memorized it.
No.
Doom.
Doom!
Yeah.
Which
Shit,
one?
dude. I
Which one?
The new
Eternal.
Oh, she
Yeah,
got it.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
I'm gamer. Fuck
Are
you.
you? Are you playing it?
No.
You can play it afterwards, actually. Jordan will probably be done by then. But, yeah, I've played first couple levels. It's really good.
Yeah.
Better than I expected, actually. I thought it would be a retread of 2016. It's not. It's much better. The most fun I've had with Doom Eternal so far, because I haven't had a chance to play it that much, is browsing the /v board and seeing all of the people who are only upset about the game, and their reasoning is just hilarious. I'm gonna bring it up now, and then we can read some /v. Until then, until I have it up, Jordan, would you like to talk about why you don't have Animal Crossing yet?
Because Australian postage fucking sucks.
Yeah, would you have to go into a little more detail with that?
They said, oh yeah, we'll send out your order prior to the release date. I get an email the day before saying, your package will be delivered tomorrow. It didn't come on Friday, and then I proceeded to then get an email saying it's going to come on Monday. And so while everyone on social media is having fun, I'm not. And I have to wait like a whole 2 extra days than I should be. And that's really like
So
getting
no
to
Animal
me.
Crossing.
No!
No, it's a shame.
I just want to play Minecraft.
God. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here's one. Here's a Doom Eternal. Apparently, according to this guy, he made it to level 3.
Whoa.
Level 3. Oh. And he's saying it's such a letdown. At level 3, he doesn't like the guns. He doesn't like the ammo. He doesn't. I saw one guy said that this is the ultimate zoomer game because when you fall off a cliff, you just spawn back at the top of the cliff. It doesn't reset you from the start of the fucking level or something. Oh,
I feel like that's what people like me need.
I feel like that's just good design. The other one I saw was he was complaining that the soundtrack was bad.
This is just noise.
Yeah. Joe Rogan said that, in fact. It's fucking Joe Rogan. They went on the Joe Rogan podcast and talked about the game to like try to, you know, get
Yeah.
something out of it, and he just fucking shit on the game, and it's like, what the fuck? It's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now it's working good. Wrong microphone was being used.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I have to remove my crusty audio. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
Crust.
really fun. For the first like 10 minutes of this, I'm gonna be all crust.
You know what? I feel like crust is okay.
Crust
No
is-
bread.
No bread. No, the bread's gone.
Just
The
the
virus,
crust.
just the bread.
crust.
Just the crust.
You were there. How's the shopping aisle?
There was nothing.
Yeah, it's a spooky.
You can't even get flour to make bread.
No, there's corn flour.
Gross.
Yeah. Fuck, I want normal
I
flour.
like cornbread.
Corn.
Cornbread. Oh, here's someone complaining about Joe Biden in a Doom thread. It's the Joe Biden of video games.
Oh, God. Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Oh man, so Animal Crossing is being destroyed by the Australian Post. Doom Eternal is being complained about by people who pretend to play video games. And Jordan is dying. What happened?
Care to
What
explain?
happened, Jordan?
I don't know, my fucking toe exploded.
It went boom, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah?
And I kind of just woke up and it was red. I'm like, oh, sweet. And then I realized it was blood.
Did you kick a wall?
Not to my fucking knowledge, otherwise I would say,
Well,
yeah, my
shit.
toe is bleeding because I kicked the wall.
I don't know how your toe gets to the point where it just starts bleeding.
You kick a wall.
Yeah, no, but he was sleeping, apparently. Has your toe ever just spontaneously bled while you're sleeping?
Well, no,
No?
but.
I don't know, I worked yesterday, so it could be something to do
Oh,
with that.
maybe.
With, like, walking around and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, your shoe probably.
What about my...
Shoe.
Yeah, your
It's biting
shoe
him.
probably.
It's biting his toes.
Yeah, my shoe is actually trying to, like, consume my
Oh,
fucking
no.
toe.
Shoe Chan. Please.
Oh.
Stop. Stop.
Shoe Chan, please stop.
Stop! Shut up!
Oh god.
So Sony's in some shit right now. It
Nice.
all comes back to the fucking virus. The virus has done everything wrong. It delayed everything. It stopped GDC. It's stopping E3. It stopped all these other conventions, right?
Guys, it stopped the caravan and camping show, which I'm genuinely upset about.
Yeah? You can elaborate?
I just wanted to look at the caravans and convince my dad to buy one.
You fucking boomer.
You're gonna go off the grid, Lucy.
I was genuinely sad. I was like so pumped because my dad was like, I have 2 free tickets, and then the next fucking day, he comes up to me and he's like, I have bad news, and I'm like, oh shit, he's fucking dying, and he's like, the caravan and camping show is being cancelled. I'm like, that's fucking worse, dude. It was really sad.
Well, so, yeah, everything's been ruined.
Get a load of this guy.
It was sad, okay?
But because GDC was cancelled, Sony delayed their GDC talk and instead did it on a live stream. And they assumed that the correct target audience would be watching the only live stream about the PS4.
PS5.
The PS5. They should have given it a name. I don't know. You know, the more it keeps going, the more I prefer the.
Well, if it's not broken, then don't fucking
I
fix
guess,
it.
but Nintendo.
You want the third console to be called the PlayStation 1?
No, that was an
It's-
awful.
yeah.
That was an awful naming scheme.
Xbox Series X. Xbox Sex.
Anyway, so everyone shows up to watch this. People are expecting video games. Hell, I was even expecting video games. We did not get any video games, but what we did get was really impressive specs. However, apparently, 90% of the people watching did not
14.
yeah, they were 14 years old.
Yeah.
Or they didn't understand the specs, and they just wanted to see the shoot 'em ups and the Naughty Dog, and
And the crunch time.
and The Last of Us. Yeah, exactly. Crunch time. They wanted to see crunch time.
Yeah.
And none of that was shown. Instead, what was shown was a hard drive that can load 9 gigabytes into RAM in under 1 second, which is fucking cool. But no one else seems to think it's as cool as I do.
I mean, even I appreciate that. Just being someone who studied IDMT.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah, that's.
So
Lucy goes, now I can actually play the game more instead of dying and waiting for the loading screen
Yeah.
to go away.
No, loading screens are really
Lucy
annoying.
benefits
They are.
from it the most.
Oh, Doom Eternal, even without any of these hardware optimizations, Doom Eternal has an amazing loading screen. It's like under 1 second. I click on the level, and I'm in the level. It's great. Beautiful.
Here's a tip:
But-
if you have bad hardware, just be good at the game. And
Yeah,
you won't have to suffer.
yeah, just don't die or else you
Why do you think I'm so good now? I didn't have good shit growing up, so I had to learn to be good if I,
didn't
wanted
know
to play.
I played old NES games, and I didn't know how to use save states, so I didn't use them.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure them
What
out.
do you mean? How?
The emulators, the save states, you
Oh.
press the button to save and load. I didn't know how to use it because we were using ZSNES, and ZSNES is old and janky, and I was like 8.
Okay,
so,
for an 8-year-old.
so I couldn't figure it out. So it's like, okay, gonna beat Super Mario World, no save states, and so now I've lost all of my skill that I had it at the time.
Well, shit. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Gain the skill back.
Oh, well, yeah, okay, I played a lot of Minecraft. got rid of all my skill.
Okay, speak for yourself, man.
You
I just honed even more of my skills playing
honed
that.
the skill with Minecraft.
Yeah.
You would think you couldn't be bad at Minecraft, yet here I am.
What about, no, because your death count is like 1/5 of games.
Yeah,
Okay, the game
Games.
has been purposefully dying.
Oh, man.
Yeah, games
Is
like
it
oh,
like 200, 300?
it's 300
Make
something.
sure you point to something great at this.
Yeah.
This board or something like that.
Gabe
That's a lot,
be
dude.
like, I
Yeah,
have no
It's a
food.
cardioid. That's why it's called a cardioid. That's the pattern it makes. That's the pickup pattern.
Oh,
Yeah.
the more you know.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Audio.
literally just explained to you by Tristan's
Shut
dad.
the hell up.
And he said, "Oh yeah," and obviously you didn't take anything, you rude fucking bastard.
Listen.
I like he's swapped out his usual slurs. Because
He's updating his slurs.
he's updated his slur catalog just for the
I
YouTube videos.
changed my language.
Yeah.
Shit.
He doesn't want to get demonetized. YouTube is on autopilot. It's scary.
Oh.
All of YouTube's employees are home. So that means that we have to be careful about what we say, otherwise YouTube's bot is gonna laser eye us
Fuck.
and delete our videos.
Shit.
Oh, and speaking of YouTube deleting our videos, remember
Oh, yeah.
did a minor edit, had to blur out a logo in one of the videos,
Yeah.
and then YouTube just destroyed the video. It just wouldn't load.
The video player wouldn't even show up. It would just be like, oh hey,
So
just black.
Are you kidding?
no,
No.
that was the chef video. That was the one that you recorded.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
the one that's doing the best
I
right now.
had to go back and I had to finagle with it for 2 days straight.
Finagle.
Yeah, and I got it working again. So now it's
Okay.
fine. And now the logo, which shall not be named, has been bleeped out.
Bleeped.
Yeah.
We don't bleep out visuals.
Yeah, you blur it out. I remember when we were actually shooting that. I do remember distinctly trying to keep your back off the shot.
Yeah.
That's why none of the shots your back is turned to the camera because there's a logo right there that we can't have.
Yeah,
on.
that's why you. What is it? When I'm in
Maybe
the
you should have
pantry.
said that out loud
What?
to him. That you were trying
Oh,
to
no,
show
we already
him.
knew
We
it.
already
knew this.
discussed
Oh,
it.
But just
you
some
didn't.
things
Oh,
came
'cause,
in.
Yeah, turning. Yeah.
And that's also why, like, there's a shot of Alex yelling at me, and I'm in the pantry, but it doesn't show me what I'm
Yeah,
doing
and
because I'm.
usually- And
'cause my
usually the
back's to
last
camera.
thing I do when I'm editing something is I go in and I blur out the things.
Yeah.
But because the video was put on hiatus for over a year,
Yeah.
And then we
forgot.
forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's small detail, so you
yeah, it's a
can,
small
like,
detail. I didn't pick up on it.
Yeah.
And we went through it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. After
Yeah.
it was up for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been up, and then you go into chat, and you're like, oh, yeah, my work will probably be mad about that.
Oh boy, we got another amazing thing said here by the geniuses at /V, the philosophers here.
Oh, yes.
Doom 16 didn't have any good music either. Not until you get into Necropolis where Rip and Tear plays. Apparently they'd never heard of BFG Division. Or the rest of the soundtrack, which was trending on YouTube for months after the game came out. Fuck. I don't know what to say. V is disappointing.
Yeah.
You'd hope V was full of people who liked games, but no.
It's
V
just-
/V sucks.
Oh my gosh, it's full of hater.
It is.
I hate
Sony
myself.
PS5 complaints. Let's look up some Sony PS5
Oh
complaints.
god.
What was the thing? Just look up like PS5 fail or some shit. on
PS5
Twitter.
Someone did
fail.
fail.
Yeah, it was like a trending tweet hashtag on Twitter when the stream was going.
Oh, I know someone was like, look, this one's only 9 teraflops, where the Xbox is 12 teraflops. Yeah, teraflops. That's the. And then in the talk, they explained, yes, it's lower teraflops, but we've done a different type of architecture, so the teraflops don't matter as much.
Right.
They explain it they explain it in a way that's so simple. Only if you haven't watched the talk, or you haven't done a cursory glance at the information. That's the only way you could get it wrong.
Yeah, well, I don't think you understand. Most people wouldn't have watched it, but they do want to complain anyway.
They like to complain.
Therefore, they are jumping on the bandwagon
Yeah.
of the complaints.
We all like to complain. It's just natural.
Listen.
Listen.
You guys.
I was about to say it too.
See, we helped you by stopping you from saying
Yeah. It's gonna fix up your vocabulary. We're gonna keep doing it, and then eventually you won't be saying it anymore.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose- No.
It's like a voice coach.
Don't like change my entire vocabulary just with
We're gonna,
What the hell, man?
yeah, we're turning you into a product.
Say it. Say the
No.
line. Say the 2 words.
I will say it with absolutely no feeling at all. You guys.
Wow, there's still a lot of feeling
Yeah,
there.
that you sounded on the verge of tears
The
though.
waver in the back of your throat.
You had like the exact
That's
opposite
cool.
You
feel.
could feel it. You could hear your tongue just kind of shaking a little.
Guys.
They had like the opposite.
Fans show
That's
displeasure.
the point.
The fans show displeasure according to pushsquare.com. What the fuck is pushsquare.com?
I don't know, but they've got nice ways of phrasing things. The fans show displeasure.
Ah, yes. Oh, here's my favorite one. Reddit is still complaining about the logo.
God.
Why? It's a logo, for God's sake.
It's just a generic. They've already. Oh, it's. What the fuck?
Yeah.
There's no just /r/Sony or /r/PlayStation. They created a specific /PS5 subreddit. Why?
Fun.
For what purpose?
Migration.
Yeah, but the
Complaining.
Xbox is. They didn't make a /Xbox Series X subreddit.
Yeah, but it's I don't know.
Like Nintendo is not /Nintendo Switch.
It's /Switch.
Yeah, is it? Is there a /Switch?
I don't know.
It
Probably.
probably won't be what you're looking for.
No, you don't know, man.
Yeah, what do you know? What do you? Maybe that is what I'm
I'm
looking
going there.
for.
/Switch. Yeah, it's all about Switch video games.
Oh,
Fuck.
that's
Yeah, you
surprising.
No.
You think people on Reddit have sex?
What was the one first? What was the hardest thing that an overweight gamer has ever done? I remember the actual post was it was like an Ask Reddit, and it's just like depressing to look at it.
Oh god. /B gets more action, or at least they pretend to.
Oh. Yeah, you gotta.
/B is everyone on /B apparently. They've all had encounters with their cousins
Oh.
at some point in time.
God. Shit.
We should
Oh,
read through some of these. Sometime.
Wait. Have you? There's been a lot of people.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people.
Yeah. What?
No.
How many people are giving birth to
People
every
that
second?
Shit. Fuck you.
Okay, complete. your
Isn't it
sentence.
3 every
yeah,
second?
Three
No.
a second, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's like-
Roughly.
Oh.
yeah.
And
I
then the
did
death
not know
rate
that.
is every 7 seconds.
I want more people to die.
Oh, well, shut the fuck up.
Edge.
I want you to shut the fuck up.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
There's been people talking about how they're in quarantine because of coronavirus.
Yeah.
And,
Here we are meeting up in a small cramped room.
yeah. Well, that. But also, actually, yeah, technically this is against
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rules.
yeah.
Anyway,
Who gives a shit?
there's been people saying, like, they're in quarantine and they're like, shit, my brother's starting to look. And I'm like, no, that's disgusting.
Well, it's the desert island effect. It's when there's no one else around. Because the human brain is a comparison.
Yeah.
All it does is make comparisons.
Yes.
When you're shown a large variety of things, you immediately start going to the extremes because that's just what your brain does naturally. So if you narrow everything down, then you're going to go to one side or the other of the very narrow thing, and they're going to start looking a lot better.
Ugh.
That's a really
Okay, but technically the human brain should think about inbreeding
it
and
does,
survival
of
rate.
course.
But this
then
overrides
at the same
it.
time they're like,
Yeah,
yes, but there is no other way to
eventually,
procreate.
exactly. If that
That doesn't make it less disgusting. What
no,
are you...
but honestly, in a really bad situation, right? Genetically speaking, yeah. You have to send me that image now because I have to put that up when Delta's laughing about it. Genetically speaking, from a pure genetic standpoint,
Yeah.
it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
If
that's
there
what
really
our
was
brain
no
does.
other, if there really was no
That
other,
is exactly what the human brain does, and I hate it.
we're a bunch of
Oh,
animals.
so you're speaking from experience now?
Oh, no!
Bunch of animals. Right? That's the problem. We're mammals. You gotta fix that.
Filthy animal.
Gotta fix the animal part.
Found out that quarantine is actually just my daily lifestyle.
Yeah. Pick the perfect time to start chatting up chicks, right? It's like, oh fuck. So even
Oh,
if this
God.
does go anywhere, I gotta wait like 5 months.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. So really, in this room, we should be 4 square meters apart, according to our beautiful Prime Minister ScoMo.
No, is
our
it? We
Lord
should
and
be.
Saviour.
No. We should be
He's
one.
Scott Morrison, but
Yeah, okay.
ScoMo.
No, we should be 1.5 meters apart, but each room should have 4 square meters per person.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
There
same shit.
is. Look, it's over there.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
the thing is,
Technically
we're
speaking.
Yeah. Technically speaking, yes, we are okay, but we're also not.
We're all
Right.
within the
You know
same
what's
square
really
meter
weird?
right now.
You know what was really weird? Martial arts training.
Yeah.
When it's 4 square meters apart. Everyone's just kind of awkwardly, we gotta do things. Gotta
Yeah.
do punches, not allowed to touch. It was funny. And so it's all been cancelled for the next, until whenever.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
wondering about that. He's like, oh, I've got this on Tuesday, on 2 p.m. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
with everything going on, it's probably going to be fucking different.
Yeah, it was. It was for 2 days and then it's been cancelled for
Yeah.
the rest because...
Because
But-
Corona.
Yeah. Corona-chan is just making her way downtown.
All my friends are complaining, like, oh, like, I haven't got much money because my job's, like, sent me home. I'm like, oh, man, I'm still working full-time.
Man, I should get a job at fucking EV Games. They're forcing people
The thing is,
to stay on.
there's so many, like, vacant jobs now, but
Yeah.
no one's going out to do them. So it's like,
Yeah.
do you want to take that risk?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have an
I-
immune system, man.
But listen. The thing is, you either get the job and get money,
Mhm.
which, you know, money, cool. Or you get the job and get coronavirus, which, you know, cool. Probably won't die, which is unfortunate.
But now you're infertile for the rest of your life.
Fucking-
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I thought it only went after male reproductive.
Well, I don't know.
I don't
something
know.
about
I mean,
things
you
like
do
that.
technically
It's an
need a
autoimmune.
male.
It's an autoimmune response. That's the problem. It causes the virus makes it so that your body starts killing itself
Yeah.
from the inside
Or just
out.
tell it
And the
not
thing
to.
is, if you do die,
Yeah,
you're
just
dead.
tell you.
Shit, dude, you're right.
Just think to
I-
stop.
Why
You
has
just have to
nobody
take your
thought
immune
of that?
system off the edge. You just have to coax them off. Just, hey, it's life's worth living.
Is it?
Killer T cell. Don't
Oh.
do it.
God. I'm mad about what I still remember from school.
Yeah.
It's not much, but it's there.
Do you remember about the mitochondria?
Shit, dude, yeah.
Man.
It's actually not the powerhouse of the cell.
It
I
It's
learned-
part of
fucking
it.
is.
I learned that.
part of
I
it.
learned. Yeah, it's part of it, but it's not the
I'm
powerhouse.
really mad that I had to learn that in human biology.
The mitochondria has like a built-in backup generator as well
Yeah.
that is extremely painful to operate, and that's why you feel the pain. But
Yeah, and the piss is stored in the balls.
of course, where else would it be?
No, but I was reading something that was really deep and meaningful, and it just ended with, and remember, the piss is stored in the balls. And
Yeah.
I got so mad.
Oh, you just reminded me of something.
Yeah, that piss
Yeah.
is stored in the tits. That's why they're measured in cups.
That too. That's also important. But Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, God.
Do you remember?
Oh, no.
Because they put the fake quote with Neil
Oh,
deGrasse
yeah.
Tyson saying that penis stored in the balls. That's why it's called the penis.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Because of all the pee.
There's the one about like alternative fuel in Garfield.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
No, but the so Cosmos season 2 is out with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and this one
Yeah.
he's all talking about future civilizations and traveling deep space.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was out.
Oh yeah, so it's out. I didn't know either. I was just on. I came out into the living room and my mother was watching it, and I was like, oh cool. So I sit
Yeah.
down.
I always find it really interesting, but then my dad falls asleep while watching it, so I can't hear anything anyway.
Huh.
Because he snores so loudly.
Found it.
Garfield's cum can be used as alternative fuel if you consider my asshole a vehicle. Neil deGrasse Titan.
No, it's a Niall deGrasse
Niall
Titan.
Neil deGrasse Titan.
Oh.
And it's like a super like deep fried image of him.
Yeah.
Now you have to send that.
I like the one where the people say the universe don't be like that, but it do. Black Science Man.
Yeah.
Uh, but so Cosmos season 2 is pretty entertaining. I was skeptical because you know how it is these days with TV being really fucking bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I've watched actual TV in at least 2 years.
yeah,
And that doesn't like I will watch a movie if it's on TV and not on Netflix.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's just too many ads for
It's
my
just bad.
personal taste.
It's just bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, Star Trek Picard. Oh, it went from being a mediocre sci-fi show that had nothing to do with Star Trek to being one of the worst shows I've ever seen. In the incredible course of a half-hour section in one of the episodes, where they had not built up any plot for 5 episodes straight. It's just them doing random shit, and then suddenly they're like, oh yeah, there's things that need to happen.
Oh,
So they
God.
quickly, in like half an hour, throw together a plot line. In the worst way possible, with bad editing and bad everything, bad pacing. The characters are annoying, and then suddenly it shows up, and the androids are like, "Oh, you've been driving yourselves insane because you've been trying to listen to a message that's only for androids. It's not for mere mortal fucks to listen to." And then they listen to the message, and the android's like, "Oh, okay, so this message says that we should kill all of you because you're the oppressors." And I'm like, "Oh, they're getting political." But they got androids. Oh, this is fun. They're trying to incite a race war, but with androids. This is going to be real good. And I just keep watching it, and it gets worse and worse, and there's giant orchids in space that swallow ships. Giant vagina things in space. Consuming spaceships. With the android ladies chastising the men. It's hilarious. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah,
I love it.
I think there's always some amount of love that you have to have for a bad show.
I'm glad that the guy they got to write it is no longer writing Star Trek. They got him to write like 5 different things, and now he's off the project.
Bring it
Oh
back.
boy.
That vagina eating thing reminds me of something that you guys. I don't know if it was you two.
You
personally.
guys.
Shut up. But I don't know. Someone in one of my classes a while back was talking about some fucking manga that was about this chick that eats people with her vagina.
You mean Scary Movie?
You mean Teeth?
What?
Yeah, there's an actual movie called like Teeth or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, there's that western. There's that western that's like a ghost western. You know, it's like a fantasy western. I don't remember the name of it. And there's a scene. All I know is the scene because someone sent it to me on Discord where there's this cowboy fucking a chick and she's like a siren and then she fucks you, right? And then you get bent backwards and your spine snaps between your legs.
Oh wait, I think I've seen that clip. Yeah, I think I've seen that clip.
How do people think these things up?
Because it's like horror movie shit, and it's the most standard horror movie shit ever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, spooky, right? The vagina's spooky for the virgins, so put it in there. Scare them while they're young. I don't fucking know. It's dumb.
God.
It was like 4 or 5 years ago. You told me about that fucking comic with
Which one?
the succubus absorbs people into her tits or something, and then
Oh, yeah.
shapeshifts or something.
Yeah,
Was it?
I think I heard you talking about that too.
Yeah, they entered the
Shit.
tentacle realm through her tits.
Oh.
That's what it was.
It's so stupid. Man, the things people draw.
It's great.
I have a love-hate relationship with the humans.
Yeah. Humans can be,
Can be
shit.
humans.
Humans can be people.
Yeah.
Shit. Coronavirus is destroying society.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, it's just gonna make VR take over even more of society. Than
Oh
everything
yeah,
else.
we're gonna use VR chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, conventions.
You need to set that up, Lucy.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
VR chat. We need to go to court in VR chat.
And
I
say
am
this
not
man was simping
in-
for a female.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he's guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Like the Goosebumps episode. You have to- oh man, I still need to get my credentials so I'm able to do the VR chat custom models, and I'll do the judge with the giant nose with the warts,
Mhm.
and I'll lean over people and I'll go guilty.
We
You know?
need Judge Judy.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know, that just popped into my head.
Yeah. So the previous video I recorded was
It's fucking awful, man.
fantastic. It was great. I'm so glad.
I got
Wait, what was the previous
bullied.
one?
The Let's Play stuff. We did a whole bunch of gaming things.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
I thought
Wednesday.
we did something last night.
No.
Okay.
We didn't do anything last night.
I joked about
You
it.
were joking about the
I said, "How let's record us all playing as a Wes."
I'm
and doing
telling you,
stuff.
we are all much funnier when sitting at home and on call.
No.
Yes.
We are incredibly tired when we're sitting at home on call. I noticed that when I was
Yeah.
editing the Don't Starve video compared to editing the Amnesia video.
It's because you don't
Right?
need to show the energy you have. You
Yeah.
just get the point across.
We get the Don't Starve one. We're talking about things, and there's clearly strategy, and we play the game really
but we
good.
sound so
But we
dead.
just sound like we don't care. Only until things start heating up, like towards the middle and end of the clip. Then it's like, oh, okay, now they're getting into it. But it's at the same time, I want to cut things out, but then all of the information is there. It's all important information.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into
But-
the mood
Yeah.
to record if you're not like physically there with the people. I guess.
Yeah. It's much easier when you're
you're
when
like-
you grab their shoulder, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like shit. We're actually doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you fuck up in the game, my threat can become a reality when I
Yeah.
say I'm going to punch you.
They fucking slap you.
But if
Yeah.
you're far away.
Yeah, it's like I'm not like walking half an hour just to fucking punch you. I'm not that
I'm-
petty.
That would be good though.
I just disappear from
We
the
should do
recording.
that. We should do that. We should have a thing where you're playing an online match and then someone fucks up and then just cuts to the other person getting up and walking 3 miles to the fucking house.
You know what?
It cuts away from the gameplay. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
a vertical camera.
And it's completely silent
Yeah.
on the walk there. Just.
You see heavy breathing and just concrete.
Yeah. The show. But yeah, Amnesia in 2020. We didn't just play Amnesia. We played a lot of games. Some of them newer.
We played Lowers in a Dangerous Space Time. We played Crawl.
Yeah.
And we did Amnesia.
And we did Amnesia.
Fucking amnesia.
Yeah.
Shit.
I forgot that the game was actually good.
Yeah.
Like, it became such a meme for so long.
It did.
And just, it was janky to get set up properly. It had the 2011 feel to it.
Yeah.
But man, that was actually better than I remember it being.
Yeah, no. It was.
Lucy disagrees.
It had us 3 really invested and Alex just not giving a single
fucking
fuck.
Alex just complaining the whole time.
Yeah.
Just break a window and get out of there.
It's like, Alex, you'll fall into the void for all eternity.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'd rather
I
be in the
don't
void
care.
than this.
Those monsters are really scary. No, seriously.
Yeah, but it's good. We have a squealer. It makes the videos better.
Because I wasn't expecting
We had Jordan and I talking strategy, and then we get a jump
Yeah.
scare, and Jordan and I go, "Huh," and then Lucy screams and grabs my shoulder, and it's
No,
just...
because I was very calmly talking to you and looking at you beforehand. I turn very slightly to the left, and I just see this fucking monster in front of my face. It's so
Monster has a name, you know. It's Grunt.
Grunt.
The grunt.
Grunt.
Ah, yeah, I remember. The grunt.
And there's different ones, and like the first one's the most well known.
Yeah, and then you fucking sent it to me when you wanted me to come on call, because I'm like, no, I'm tired. And you're like, shit, you're not tired now.
I'm pretty sure I just went, hey guys, I'm gonna join, watch this, and then just send the image.
Yeah.
You're like,
Well,
yeah,
I'll keep her up for another 2 hours.
now she won't be
God.
tired.
You guys are awful.
You guys.
He's very manipulative, isn't he?
Yes.
No.
Even more so than Alex. Alex is
will at
brute force.
least he'll at least tell you if he hates you. And
Yeah.
he will hit you.
Or he'll just ignore you for 4 days.
Oh, shove his lighter.
Oh my god.
Uh,
I'm actually, if I didn't have like 4 other lighters that were exactly the same, I would have been very mad that he
Wait.
shoved it down his pants.
I wasn't there when you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't, and then that's why it was so much tension when you came back into the room. Because I'm
that's
standing
why-
there just watching them argue, and
Oh.
Lucy's getting very pissed off, and then Alex is going, "Why are you getting pissed off? You're making me pissed off now." And I'm like, "This is actually like giving me a headache."
Yeah, and then that's why he didn't want to drive me home.
I
Because
think
he was like,
in
no, you
future-
fucking hit me.
I think. I think in future, we'll sort out better teams to
Yeah.
do videos with, right?
Yes.
Like Alex is great in the videos, but
Pairing him with me is not a
It's
good
not a
idea.
good-
What do you mean that was great?
Oh yeah, and that's why when you came back into the room, we were like, is the stuff still recording? Because that's quality content.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
It's
well,
also because someone sent something really good, but we didn't get it on.
yeah. I don't remember.
I think
what
you
it
said
was.
something, and we're like,
There's-
"Fuck, was that recorded?"
We
Yeah.
originally were trying to get Gabe here today,
But Cam's had a 2-day bender.
Yeah.
Fucking drunk. See, he started messaging me as soon as we started recording the podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and he
if
sent me about some fucking like Japanese doctor like collecting skins.
Wait, real skin?
Yeah, it's like what? It's like Japanese
When you
doctor.
say collecting skins, the first thing that comes to mind is video games.
No, real skins.
Real
Japanese doctor
Foreskin.
Fukushi Masaichi, 1878 to 1956, was the world's leading collector of body-torn tattoos.
Oh.
He would offer prisoners money to be able to remove their skin after death, and he had a collection of over 2,000.
So
That's
it
a
was like
strange
for
hobby.
tattoos.
And it's like it's all like Yakuza, like full body tattoos. That's why.
Holy shit, that's actually. He should sell
Why?
suits made out of
Well,
it.
he's also been dead for 70 years.
Okay, sure. He shouldn't, but someone else should.
This is what
Would you
Jordan
wear
was
a s-
sending me, and he sent me this like 10 minutes ago.
Why are you complaining? What the fuck are you complaining about? That's fantastic.
No, but I don't think you understand.
I want him to send me these.
They're
Look.
fake.
I don't care.
It's this. It's all just this.
It's when we're all playing Don't Starve and
Yeah, I know.
whenever you're
And then
getting
he
mad.
sent me this one, and he's like, "Look at the one on the right, dude."
Fuck. So yeah, Gabe's on a 2-day bender, so he's not here. But we would like to talk. We were gonna ask him, how does it feel to not be able to go to the club?
And he goes, "No, I just drink at my friend's house."
Yeah.
He's upset about it, but at least he can go to people's houses
Yeah.
for now.
And he went. What was it? He got someone toilet paper for their birthday.
Yeah. He's on call.
Oh, yeah, you weren't there for that one.
A good birthday present,
Yeah,
and you're like, "Shit, I didn't think you were actually serious."
because he mentioned it to me when he came into my work because it was really quiet.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, do you think toilet paper is a good gift for someone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure thing," as like a joke. And then he's asked it again the next day. I'm like, "What the fuck? Yeah, I was joking."
Oh.
I feel like he had already bought the toilet paper at that point.
I bought the piss gun, the water pistol for yours.
Dude, I used that to. I just filled it with water and sprayed it all at my cat.
There's a cat repellent now.
No, she doesn't care. She just sits there and looks gradually more angry at me.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
You don't. Fuck you.
You guys.
And now comes the tension. What
The
time
fuck
is it?
you
I can
tension.
see the tension.
The fuck you.
The function.
What's the next topic?
Yeah,
know.
what was the next
The
topic?
next topic. We were talking about the GDC, and the next topic was things surrounding that,
Oh, okay.
which is going to be like
okay.
Naughty Dog, for example, with the crunch time.
Oh
They
yeah.
delayed everything, and then they still did the crunch.
Mhm.
Crunch.
And they didn't even do the crunch where they're like, the developers just want to get something done, so they're staying overnight. That I understand. That's
Yeah.
fine. If someone wants to work overtime, let them. This
But
is the
it's mandatory.
this is
crunch.
the mandatory. You're not going to be seeing your wife and kids for another 15 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
get in the bunker. Nah, that one I'm not so sure about.
I don't understand why, because when they all go on lockdown, like, no one's gonna be. Yeah, anyway.
What?
Yeah. Anyway.
There's no point in staying overtime if nothing's happening.
They have to get work done. That's what they do.
I guess.
They're forced into a room and they're said you're going to be working, right? And we're gonna.
Shit, do they just hold a gun to their head? You're going to
No,
work.
but the video game industry is a fucking nightmare.
Mhm.
If you don't, especially in the graphics department, which is where they hire most people,
Yeah.
and that's where most of the crunch ends up happening.
Yeah, that
they-
does make sense.
Because they just have people that have to make hundreds of 3D models, and then if they miss a quota, they'll just be fired and they'll just get another guy. Because there's so many people coming out of college with this degree and they know how to make a 3D model, and they just get brought in, thrown
That's
out, brought in,
fucked.
thrown out. It's a fucking mess. So I'm not a fan of the AAA game industry, right?
Mhm.
So Baz and I are making a game, but we're
Not
making-
firing people.
no, we're not hiring or firing. We don't
Exactly.
have the ability
You're
to.
gonna fire Baz if
Exactly.
he doesn't hit the quota
No,
in time.
we just work on the game at our pace, and we do things that we're capable of doing. Right?
Yeah.
Like he wants to make things low poly. One, because it's easy, but two, because it looks nice.
Yeah.
We're making something that looks like it's from like the Nintendo 64 era.
Mm.
So that's what we're doing. Yeah, Jordan. You
Yeah.
looked like
Yeah.
you were about to say
I
something.
was
No, I
gonna
wasn't.
say, you look like you're in class. Like,
My arm was
raising
stuck.
Your hand.
My arm was stuck in the
Okay.
chair and I was moving it.
Yes, Tristan.
I wanted to raise my hands. That authoritative tone spooked me.
Yeah.
Cypher the video, along with other watch together shenanigans. We need to just start recording ourselves on watch together.
What was the? Oh yeah, I put the dance scene from Twinkle Star Nora or something.
Yeah.
No, it's
And at the end,
No.
he's like, Nora!
what's it called? It's Rock Me Twinkle Nora. What the fuck is it called?
I don't know. Why the fuck would we know?
Because you watched it.
Yeah, I wasn't paying that much attention to the title.
Twinkle Nora Rock Me. That's what the name was.
Oh, the frame
And
rate.
I just put the dance scene on. So hey guys, watch this.
Yeah. And
And we watched it, what, twice?
we watched it twice.
We watched one.
One was
Yeah.
the original, and the other one was.
60,
through a filter.
Yeah.
Was it 60 frames?
It was a filter that's supposed to bring it up to 60 frames,
Yeah.
and it sort of worked. It tried its hardest
With
the
like
slow
the
bits.
5
With
frames
5.
it had.
with
Yeah.
varying low frame rates.
The,
Yeah, and the frame rate
the
kept jumping.
clapping of the audience looked good.
That did look
And
good.
that is the only thing that matters.
What do you mean the dance scene was pretty good when they were gliding around the
Yeah,
cave?
no,
But honestly,
Yeah.
that worked pretty well.
It looked like a stylistic choice.
when solid objects were moving, it worked well
Yeah.
because it's easy to do that.
What about her on the drum kit having like a seizure?
Yeah, her arms just kept.
Yeah.
Like at one point, she had 2 elbows.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by that kind of tech, especially the AI powered stuff. Have you seen the one that lets you take video footage and then it lets you draw over a couple frames with like an art style,
No.
and then it applies that art style to the rest of the footage that you then clean up later?
Oh yeah,
That'd be
yeah. I
so
think I've
good.
seen that.
I
one.
think it's super cool. It ends up creating, and it's actually able to keep in like cartoony stuff. Like if you give it like an amount of rubberiness, right?
Yeah.
You can say like, oh, characters kind of have like a a bounce to them. Then it'll bring it in, and it will actually look kind of hand drawn, and you can just go in and get people to fix it up.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. I think that's going to be another thing that's going to be standard, right? We're going to get more 2D animation. It's going to make YouTube animating a lot easier.
Mm.
I just think that's cool.
Yeah, no, it is. And like the software that's
It's cool.
becoming available for like animation is really good. But the thing is, a lot of people I want to stray away from it because like, oh, I want to be like traditional and shit.
Yeah.
The thing is, you can't really do that if you're solo.
Traditional
as well.
animation is really hard.
And like,
Oh, yeah.
and it's often like one person or a very small group,
Yeah.
and so you're gonna have to rely on that software if you realistically want to
Need
like
to-
do it
yeah.
Yeah,
properly.
like if you genuinely want to do the job, you will.
If you
have
want
to
to do it within a
rely on
reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like those old Newgrounds animations were very simple, and they were able to make them in a couple weeks to a month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the more complicated ones took years,
Mm.
and they were massive collaborations. And that's using really good software.
Mm.
So now the software is getting better. Hopefully things are going to be faster. It's like 3D modeling, actually. Similar thing. 3D models used to be really, really hard. You had to learn a lot of software.
Yeah.
There's some really weird shit you have to figure out. Blender is now free. Incredibly easy to use. There's a guy online called Blender Guru. And he'll just, like his tutorial series, he gets you to make a donut on a plate that is photorealistic. And he does it in a couple videos. And he makes it super easy to understand. And anyone can just start 3D modeling.
But
It's
the
great.
thing is, I do not know how to draw.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I know.
For animation. Yeah.
Yeah. For animation. it's
For
like,
animation,
oh.
definitely. Me too. I've been meaning to. I keep saying, oh, I'm meaning to learn how to draw. I'm just gonna start.
I
fucking
have been
drawing.
teaching myself how to draw.
Yeah.
I drew a decent eye on
Yeah.
one of those iPad Pro things.
Yeah.
Just because my dad has it.
Mm.
Yeah,
How's
and
the
then I think
pencil?
I accidentally deleted it.
How's the pencil?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Like the connection
I've
doesn't
heard.
ever time out, and
I've heard it's got really good latency. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it
feels
doesn't
like
lag.
it's- yeah.
It feels like you're actually drawing on paper.
Yeah.
However, from what I can tell, at least my personal one, it drains really quickly.
Oh.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because you have to plug it into the actual iPad or whatever
Oh,
it is
so
you're
it ends up
using
draining
to
the-
charge it. So then it'll charge the pencil, but it might drain the iPad itself. So you kind of have to figure out how you want to do that.
Yeah, Baz has one of those little Wacom art tablets.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
have the screen.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
wants the one with the screen, and so we're looking into getting one of those soon. But his is the one without the screen, and I've used it, and it's got like almost no latency. It's really nice.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm gonna borrow it from him and start
But does
using
he
it.
play Osu with
No, he does not play Osu. Has someone played Osu with?
People play Osu with tablets. That's like the optimum way to
Oh,
play.
okay. Well, today I learned. The other technology that's coming up that's really interesting, that is going to massively improve people's workflow, brain-computer interfaces. I'm not joking.
I'm just saying that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, Gabe Newell wants to put chips in your head, Lucy. You specifically. Gabe
And only you.
Gabe wants to put...
Only me.
He singled you out.
Yeah.
He just wants me to sit around and be like,
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah. That's the button, the you guys button. It's like the easy button, except it forces Lucy to say you guys. No, so the things that Gabe did an interview with IGN. They talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it was Half-Life related, which I want to talk about the Half-Life stuff next time because Alex will be out. I'll have played it by then, and I'll be able to judge.
I'm sure he's alive.
No, Half-Life Alex.
Oh.
Yeah, Alex is probably still dead, but
Alex.
Fake gamer. This
Yeah,
this
I'm a
further,
fake gamer. That's what this whole thing is about, dude.
Yeah.
That just further prove. Let's make a compilation of every time as
the end of the year.
Every time I've proved I'm not a real
fake
gamer.
compilation. Any of us, really. Anytime
Fake
any of
gamer.
us don't understand something.
69 terror shits.
Dude. So Gabe Newell really wants to put chips in everyone's heads.
Would there be ads?
He doesn't want there to be.
But I guarantee it'll end up.
Mark
with
Zuckerberg wants ads in your head. Why do you think Mark Zuckerberg purchased Oculus? That's why I don't buy
ads.
Oculus.
He did?
Facebook owns Oculus.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't own an Oculus.
I think we've had it for a while.
I just don't. Yeah. You probably got it before it was.
Yeah, we've had it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
This is full stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's annoying because the Oculus really is one of the better cheap ones on the market right now. The Vive is great, but it's expensive, and they refuse to lower the price, even though now, at this point, it's older hardware, and it should really be a lower price. Windows Mixed Reality works fine. That's what I use. I really want an Index, but they don't ship it here yet, and it's expensive. So, whatever.
Do you have
The
online
time.
friends? No. The time is fucking on my watch, dude.
Yeah, with the time right
Online
in front
friends?
of me.
Well, so brain-computer interfaces, Gabe was talking about how it's much easier than they initially thought. It's still difficult, and it will take a couple years. But
A couple years?
maybe a decade.
Okay.
But they were saying that when they started looking into it, they realized that certain things they thought would be easy, like making you feel different temperatures and things like that, would be difficult.
Shouldn't be difficult.
No. They thought that would be easy.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
thing. They thought that would be really easy, but it isn't. And the reason stated is there's a whole thing that comes into temperature with your immune system, and your immune system is like dynamically controlled in a part of your brain that's really weird and difficult to talk to.
Probably don't want to fuck with that.
Yeah, so they don't want to fuck with that.
Why
However,
I wonder, Jordan.
guess what's easy apparently to talk to?
What?
Guess which part of the brain Gabe said, and I quote, has really useful and well-designed interfaces for?
The
What?
horny drive.
Yeah.
No, actually, that probably does. There's probably a button you can hit. I guarantee you there is.
Turn on and turn
But you
off
don't
the
even
body.
need. Well, maybe for women, but for men, you don't need it. Everyone's already horny all the time.
Yeah, apparently.
No, the one that they said is really easy. This is the one that's going to scare you. Is motor cortex and visual cortex. They happen to be really easy
Not
to just.
the. Are you
They
kidding?
happen to be
wanna
real.
fuck with
They
my
happen to be quite
shit,
easy to
dude.
send information to and from, according to Gabe. And so, in near future, we'll probably be able to put basic information in and out of the motor cortex and the visual cortex.
Does that mean they could literally make you see like an ad?
Maybe. But
Shit.
remember the movie Upgrade?
Remember the movie?
Maybe.
That's the one where the guy who's
Shut the fuck up, Jordan.
the guy's like a paraplegic or something. He can't walk, and so
I haven't seen it. I think I've heard of it.
all right,
Yeah.
and they put a chip in his head, and the chip allows him to walk by controlling his body. And then turns out the chip is a fucking asshole. And at the end of the movie, it decides that you can keep the body, and it fucking imprisons him in his own mind, and it takes over his body because he can't control his body. The chip controls his body.
Yeah, we should stay away from that.
Let's just get Lucy chipped.
What?
Get
What
Lucy
the
microchipped.
Get Where's Lucy? Oh
We need
shit.
to get Alex microchips because he keeps fucking disappearing.
Has he responded to anyone?
No.
Still not.
I wonder if
We
I
haven't
heard
had
him.
any contact with him since Wednesday.
Oh yeah, he wasn't even on like the last couple nights, was he?
Well, because his data was gone.
Yeah. Was he at work? Maybe.
Yeah, actually.
That's probably
he works Wednesday to no, he works Thursday to Friday.
Here we go, fucking bad-mouthing him for a fucking hour.
No, but the thing is,
he's gonna watch the podcast.
He doesn't work Saturdays.
He
doesn't work Saturdays.
That's true. Maybe he was on a bender as well. Maybe him and Gabe.
Natasha's drinking.
Good for her.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It just.
What are all of them drinking for? They're all getting drunk.
Okay. No. I do drink, not to get drunk. No, I drink to get drunk. I drink.
She drinks to forget.
Fuck you.
Yeah, continue.
That was my line. No, I drink to be less sad, which means I can't drink when I'm alone.
That's depressing.
I'm not joking. If I try to drink to help myself sleep, then I will get drowsy, but I'll also be sad as fuck.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, and nothing normal when you're trying to sleep. What's your fucking point?
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Oh, this is the depressing podcast, isn't it? This is the episode where everyone's upset, right? The virus is sweeping the world. Everyone's dying slowly. There will be little to nothing left. By the end of 2020, the ruins of civilization will be living underground. Little does civilization know